I was ditched cold at my own wedding. She discovered someone superior. My best man smirked as he relayed the news. I stood paralyzed in my suit, everyone staring. Instead of sobbing, I just grinned and walked away. 3 months later, my phone exploded with alerts when they both uncovered what I had been scheming all along. A 32 male met Elise 5 years prior at a shared friend's birthday bash. She was everything I dreamed of. Clever, driven, and we connected instantly. After 3 years as a couple, I proposed. She accepted, and we dedicated the next year to organizing our wedding. My closest friend since university, Nathan, was naturally the pick for best man. He'd supported me through it all. Heartbreaks, career setbacks, my parents splitting. I had full faith in him. The wedding day came. Everything was perfect. The venue set up, attendees in place, and I stood at the altar in my fitted tux, awaiting my bride. When she was 30 minutes overdue, anxiety crept in. At 45 minutes, dread filled my gut. Then Nathan entered through a side entrance. His face blank as he neared me. "She's not coming," he said dryly. "She found someone superior." The crowd hushed. 180 eyes fixed on me, anticipating a meltdown. Period. "What are you saying?" I asked softly. "She's mine now." Nathan grinned. "Has been for a while. We didn't aim to hurt you," but he shrugged as if it was casual. "You know how love twists." My best friend, my bride-to-be, united. I felt my chest thumping, yet something strange occurred. Instead of shattering, an unsettling peace covered me. I stared at Nathan, then at our circle, then back again. "All right," I said quietly, nodding. "Thanks for telling me." I turned toward the crowd, forced a smile, and said, "Thanks everyone for coming, but there won't be a wedding. Please enjoy the food and drinks." Then I exited. My phone erupted immediately. My sister ringing my parents, Elise's parents, friends. I silenced it. I drove to a hotel, checked in, and perched on the bed, eyes on the wall. No tears, no yelling, just deep thought. Nathan had been my co-founder in our tech startup the last 4 years. We bootstrapped using our savings, did 80-hour weeks, and finally secured a huge buyout deal just 3 months back. Contracts were being finalized next week. Elise was fully aware. The deal would make us both millionaires. Sitting in that room, I realized I wasn't just betrayed emotionally. It was premeditated. Right there, I resolved if they wanted war, I'd deliver a masterclass. Update. 2 weeks passed. First, thank you all for the support. Didn't expect my story to go viral. Reading comments helped more than I can say. The past 2 weeks were surreal. I'd been staying with my sister while sorting out logistics. Elise cleared most of her belongings from our place while I was out. She left her key on the counter with a note. "Sorry it went this way. Hope someday you can forgive us both." Forgive? LMAO. Nathan texted about discussing the company like grown-ups. I've read his messages but remained silent. He called 17 times. Last text read, "Don't, __. This up for both of us over feelings." Feelings. Hilarious. Yesterday, Elise's mom dropped by my sister's. Apparently Elise told everyone I was cold and emotionally unavailable, so she sought affection elsewhere. Her mom even asked if I'd consider reconciling because Elise was conflicted. I stared until she left. Meanwhile, I'd been occupied. Consulted my lawyer 3 times. Throughout the years of building the firm, I was always the code mind behind our innovations. Nathan was the face, the connector, the people guy. We were strong because our skills balanced. What Nathan didn't know is I'd been developing our next-gen product alone for over a year. I began the side project while they were sneaking around. The acquiring firm was especially attracted to this tech. It's the primary driver of our high valuation, and I have clear proof showing I'm its sole creator, built during personal time. The buyout is still proceeding, and both founders are expected to remain post-acquisition for 18 months. Nathan doesn't realize I've had private talks with the acquiring execs about my independent work on NextG. I've also reviewed all past communications. Found some damning texts where Nathan plotted the timing of their betrayal to align with the acquisition windfall. Elise's replies had gems like, "He's too soft to fight back," and "He'll probably just accept it." They're clueless. Update. 1 month post-wedding, things are getting hot. Nathan appeared at my condo last night, pounding on the door at 11 p.m. When I didn't answer, he yelled that I was immature and jeopardizing our legacy by ignoring him. A neighbor alerted building security. I watched silently through the peephole as they removed him, still ranting about how I owed him a dialogue. Owed him the nerve. This morning, he emailed the acquiring company directly to strike a deal solo. Claimed I was dealing with personal turmoil and they should move forward with just him. Thankfully, my attorney and I had already updated them. They forwarded his email with one comment: "Is this the co-founder concern you referenced?" Elise is playing the poor victim now. She posted online about toxic dynamics and how the heart must follow its path. Some mutuals commented with hugs and likes. Most insulting, Nathan's sister Mia rang to explain how these things happen and no one aimed to hurt me. She suggested I act mature and not mix business with emotions. I chuckled and ended the call. Nathan still doesn't grasp that I've been archiving everything: calls, texts, emails, where he detailed how they'd blindside me. And as of yesterday, I've locked in full legal documentation proving sole ownership of the next G-Tech, which comprises 70% of our startup's worth. The acquisition meeting is in 2 days. Nathan assumes we're both attending to seal the deal. He has no clue. I've already completed my private session with them. Update: 3 months after the wedding. It's been a stormy 3 months, but today it all fell into place. The acquisition meeting went precisely how I envisioned. When Nathan arrived 15 minutes late, as per usual, he walked in to see me, my attorney, and the full executive board already settled. His seat was noticeably missing. "What's happening?" he asked, baffled. My attorney slid a file toward him. Inside was detailed proof of my independent development of our next G solution, complete with timestamps, development logs, and patent applications filed solely in my name. "You cannot do this," he stammered, his face flushing crimson. "This is our company. That is our product." Actually, I corrected him. The business is jointly owned, but this particular technology belongs to me. I created it during nights and weekends outside of company hours, and I recorded everything in detail. The acquisition CEO leaned in. "We have evaluated the evidence, Nathan. While we appreciate both of your roles in the original business, this new generation tech accounts for approximately 70% of our acquisition interest." Nathan appeared stunned. But the agreement we were supposed to, the deal may still proceed," the CEO responded. "But with revised terms, your partner here has substantiated sole authorship of the technology we value most. Our offer to him remains. Your offer is being recalculated accordingly." Nathan jabbed a finger toward me. "You orchestrated this." "No," I answered calmly. "I just continued working while you were busy orchestrating an affair with my fiancée." The meeting went on with Nathan effectively benched. The acquisition would go through, with me receiving 85% of the payout based on IP valuation. Nathan would receive 15% for his role in the original firm. We were both still expected to fulfill the 18-month transition as planned. That afternoon, my phone lit up with notifications. "Nathan, you cannot do this. Nathan, I will sue. Nathan, you wrecked everything. Elise, what have you done? Nathan is crushed. Elise, we need to talk. Elise, this is not fair. It was just a relationship issue." Then came the enablers. "Mia, how can you be this spiteful? Nathan's mother, after everything he did for you." Mutual friend Tyler, "Bro, this is overboard." I replied to none of them. Instead, I forwarded screenshots, messages where they plotted the wedding day reveal to hit just before the acquisition, intending to emotionally cripple me so I would not retaliate. The calls ceased instantly. 1 hour later, I received an email from the realtor. The condo sale had closed. By tomorrow, I would board a flight and begin anew. Nathan and Elise could stay together. What they could not have was the future they designed at my cost. Update: 6 months gone. It has been half a year since that boardroom confrontation. I write this now from my new apartment with an ocean view. The scenery helps. The acquisition completed successfully. I stayed on as a consultant during transition, then exited entirely. Financial independence at 32 is surreal. Nathan handled it poorly. His legal threats faded once his own counsel reviewed the documentation and confirmed that independent projects created outside of company scope are legally distinct. We both still work at the firm, but in different sections. The tension during shared meetings is obvious, though management separates us when possible. The transition continues, but I count the days. Last I heard, Nathan's reputation took a nosedive when certain clients learned what happened and moved with me to the new venture. He is still earning from his 15%, but far from what he anticipated. Elise contacted me last month via an overly long email about how she made a grave error and never stopped loving me. Supposedly, Nathan dumped her 3 months after the wedding disaster, once the financial reality hit him. She now lives with her parents. Their relationship imploded without the money. Karma can be poetic. Strangely, I feel nothing for either of them now. No bitterness, no hatred, just absence. Some surprises emerged. Nathan's younger brother contacted me to apologize. Unlike the rest of their family, he acknowledged the wrong and distanced himself from it. We have even struck up a friendship. A few investors, having heard about how I handled everything, reached out with interest in my next move. Integrity does still matter. I've started dating again lightly, without expectations. It feels good to know that one betrayal doesn't define an entire life. To everyone who encouraged me, thank you. The advice to stay composed, document everything, and let truth run its course was absolutely right. For those facing similar betrayal, remember, real justice does not require spectacle. It requires patience. I do not plan to post further. This story is closed. Unexpected update, 1 year later. I hadn't planned on writing again, but something occurred yesterday that felt like closure. I returned home for a wedding, yes, ironic, and ran into Nathan's mother at the hotel lounge. I attempted to walk away, but she approached. "You destroyed my son's life," she said loudly, loud enough for others nearby to hear. I took a slow breath. "Your son made choices. And so did I. He lost everything because of you," she pressed on, her voice rising. His career, his respect, his relationship. People were beginning to watch. I kept composed. "Your son slept with my fiancée, plotted to humiliate me at my wedding, and tried to edge me out of my own company. What outcome did you expect?" Her face darkened. "That is not how it happened. Elise pursued him. He was trying to spare you pain." I laughed. "By publicly announcing that she found someone better? That was mercy?" "Well, you did not have to destroy him financially," she argued. "That was malicious." "No," I said. "Malicious would have been sending those texts to everyone, exposing how they timed everything to devastate me. Malicious would have been claiming the entire deal, which I could have legally done. What I chose was to safeguard my work and still leave him with something." She had nothing to say. As I walked off, she called behind me. "He is still struggling. Are you satisfied now?" I turned around. I am not pleased or upset about Nathan's struggles. I just do not care anymore. That is the distinction between revenge and justice. Revenge chains you. Justice sets you free. I walked away and enjoyed the rest of my weekend. This will truly be my final post. I have completely moved on, launching a new startup, seeing someone incredible, and focused only on the road ahead. Life after betrayal is not about getting even. It is about getting free. That freedom? Worth every penny.